They wheel him in like a corpse on display. Silver wheels gleaming under moonlight. White knuckles gripping the armrests. King Theron Blackthorn, the alpha who once commanded 3 territories with nothing but a growl, sits rigid in that chair like it's a throne he never wanted. I shouldn't be here. The pack made that clear years ago when my father died with a traitor's mark on his name. But Beta Marcus insisted every unmated female attend tonight's ceremony, even me. Especially me, probably. Nothing the Silverpine pack loves more than reminding Sage Blackwater exactly where she belongs. At the bottom. The ceremony hall buzzes with anticipation. Females in silk and perfume cluster near the dais, their wolves preening beneath their skin. Mine stays silent as always, buried so deep I sometimes wonder if she exists at all. Do you think he can still feel the bond? Someone whispers behind me. Or did the paralysis kill that too? I keep my eyes down. Keep my mouth shut. Survival skills I've perfected over 10 years. The room falls silent as they position his chair at the center of the raised platform. King Theron looks exactly like the rumors describe, golden hair gone dull, sharp features carved harder by pain, gray eyes that once sparked with wolf fire now flat as winter stone. But something's wrong. My healer's instincts kick in automatically, cataloging details others miss. The way his fingers drum against the armrest, not nervously, but in pattern. Tap tap, pause, tap tap tap. A warrior's battle rhythm my father once taught me. The kind of cadence you can't forget, even if you tried. And his legs. Everyone sees the useless limbs, the expensive blanket draped across his lap. No one notices the calluses visible on his ankle where the fabric shifted. Fresh calluses. The kind you get from footwork, from training. From standing. My wolf stirs for the first time in months. The moon goddess has spoken, Elder Rowan announces, her voice carrying across the hall. Tonight, our king will find his true mate. Tonight, the Silverpine pack will be blessed with a queen. The females press forward. I press back, trying to blend into the stone walls. That's when it hits me. Not a feeling, a collision. Like lightning striking from the inside out, burning through every nerve, every cell. The world tilts and suddenly I can't breathe, can't think, can't do anything but feel the golden thread yanking tight between my chest and... No. No, no, no. My eyes snap to the dais. To him. King Theron's head jerks up like he's been shot. Those dead gray eyes explode into molten silver as they lock onto mine across the crowded room. For one suspended heartbeat, I see everything, the shock, the rage, the hunger. The bond snaps into place with audible force. Several females gasp. Everyone turns to look at me. Beta Marcus's face goes purple. That's impossible. But the pull is undeniable now, a living thing trying to drag me forward. My wolf surges to the surface, suddenly awake and screaming mine with a ferocity that terrifies me. Theron's hands stop their rhythmic drumming. His jaw clenches so hard I can see the muscle jump from here. Then he speaks, and his voice carries the weight of absolute authority. No. One word. Simple. Devastating. Your Majesty, Elder Rowan starts. I said no. He doesn't look away from me. Doesn't blink. Sage Blackwater. Daughter of a traitor. Born of a wolfless mother. You are unworthy of even a broken king. The bond screams in protest. My wolf howls. The room erupts in whispers. I, Theron Blackthorn, Alpha King of the Silverpine Pack, reject you as my mate. His voice never wavers. Accept it. Protocol demands I speak the words. Accept the rejection. Sever the bond before it takes root. But I can't breathe. Can't speak. Can't do anything but stand there while my chest cracks open and everyone watches. Sage. Beta Marcus's hand clamps on my shoulder. Accept it. Now. The bond writhes like a dying animal between us. Theron's still staring at me, and for just a second, I see something flicker behind that cold mask. Pain. Real pain. Then it's gone. My voice comes out broken. I accept. The bond shatters. I run. The healing chambers are empty this time of night. Thank the goddess. I slam through the doors and collapse against the wall, pressing both hands to my chest like I can hold the pieces together through sheer will. The rejection burns worse than anything I've ever felt, worse than the whispers, worse than the loneliness, worse than watching my father's name get dragged through blood and mud. This is different. This is biological. The mate bond doesn't just break, it tears. Minutes or hours pass. I don't know. Don't care. Eventually, my healer's training kicks in. Breathing exercises. Grounding techniques. Anything to stop the shaking. I force myself upright and move on autopilot to the medicine cabinets. Wolfsbane tincture for the pain. Valerian root for sleep. My hands are steadier than they should be as I mix them. That's when I see it. King Theron's medical file, sitting on the desk. Someone must have pulled it for tonight's ceremony, documentation of his condition for the pack records. I shouldn't look. It's none of my business now. I look anyway. The pages detail his injuries from 3 years ago. The mysterious attack that left him paralyzed. Spinal damage. Severed nerves. Complete loss of function below the waist. But the follow-up reports don't match. I flip through them, my healer's eye catching inconsistencies. Muscle mass maintained when it should have atrophied. Circulation patterns that indicate regular use. And the latest blood work, stress hormones and lactic acid levels consistent with intense physical training. Not possible. Not unless. Find something interesting? I spin around so fast the file goes flying. Theron stands in the doorway. Stands. No chair. No assistance. Just him, perfectly balanced on 2 legs that are supposed to be useless, watching me with those predator eyes. You. I can't finish the sentence. He moves forward, and it's liquid grace. A warrior's walk. Each step deliberate and controlled as he closes the distance between us. Not broken, I whisper. You're not broken at all. His smile is sharp enough to draw blood. No. I'm not. Then why? Because sometimes the most dangerous predator is the one everyone thinks is prey. He stops just inches away, close enough that I can feel the heat of him, smell pine and steel and something wild underneath. And you, little healer, just saw something you shouldn't have. The bond might be rejected, but my body still knows his. Still responds. My wolf pushes against my skin, desperate. I won't tell anyone, I say quickly. I swear. Just let me leave and I'll. You'll what? Run? Hide? He tilts his head. Do you know what I do to people who discover my secrets, Sage? My back hits the wall. I hadn't realized I was retreating. He braces one hand beside my head, leaning in. This close, I can see the silver still burning in his eyes. Can feel the bond's phantom ache where he tore it out. I make them disappear, he says softly. Or. His gaze drops to my lips, then back up. Something dangerous flickers across his face. Or I make sure they have a very good reason to keep their mouths shut. Before I can ask what that means, he pushes off the wall and turns away, that perfect warrior's stride carrying him back toward the door. Go home, Sage Blackwater. Forget what you saw tonight. And if I can't? He pauses in the doorway, looking back over his shoulder. In the shadows, he looks exactly like the predator he is, Alpha King, broken facade stripped away, raw power barely leashed. Then I suggest you learn. He's gone before I can respond. I slide down the wall, my legs finally giving out. The medical file lies scattered around me. Proof of a lie that could destroy a king or get me killed. My fingers find one of the pages. Blood work dated yesterday. Outside, wolves howl at the moon. Inside, I press my hand to my chest where the bond used to be and feel nothing but empty space. But my mind won't stop replaying that moment in the corridor. The way he moved. The calluses. The battle rhythm. King Theron isn't broken. Which means everything else is a lie too. And I'm the only one who knows. Wanting to see what would happen next, subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories. Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 2. I don't sleep. How can I, when every time I close my eyes I see him standing there, whole, strong, lying? The rejected bond aches like a phantom limb, but it's nothing compared to the questions burning through my mind. Why would an Alpha King fake paralysis for 3 years? What kind of enemy makes a man pretend to be broken? And why do I care when he ripped our bond apart in front of the entire pack? Dawn breaks cold and gray over the Silverpine territory. I drag myself to the healing chambers early, hoping to avoid the whispers that will follow me everywhere now. The pack loves a good humiliation story, and I just gave them their best material in years. Sage Blackwater, so desperate she forced a bond with the crippled king. Poor thing actually thought. I shove through the chamber doors harder than necessary. Early start, Sage. I nearly jump out of my skin. Master Healer Corin stands at the medicine cabinet, his weathered face creased with concern. He's been kind to me over the years, one of the few who doesn't treat me like contaminated goods. Couldn't sleep, I manage. Understandable. He measures out dried herbs with practiced precision. Rejection sickness is brutal. I've prepared a tonic that should help with the worst of the symptoms. Rejection sickness. Right. That's what normal wolves feel when a mate bond breaks. What I feel is rage. Thank you, I say, accepting the vial. I won't drink it, I need my mind sharp, not dulled by healing potions. Master Corin, could I ask you something? Of course. The medical records from 3 years ago. The king's attack. Are they all here, or were some sent to the capital? His hands still for just a moment. Why do you ask? Because nothing adds up. Because a man who can stand doesn't need a wheelchair. Because someone is lying and I need to know why. Professional curiosity, I say carefully. I've never seen injuries quite like his. I thought studying the original trauma might help me understand. The records stay sealed by royal order. Corin's voice is gentle but firm. The king's condition is not a teaching opportunity, Sage. Especially not for someone who just got publicly rejected by him. He doesn't finish the sentence. Doesn't need to. Of course. I apologize. Don't apologize. Just focus on healing yourself. He pats my shoulder and moves toward his office. And stay away from things that could get you hurt worse than you already are. The warning in his tone is unmistakable. I wait until he's gone, then move quickly to the records room. It's barely more than a closet, lined with shelves of carefully labeled files. The newer records sit in neat stacks, but the older ones. I find what I'm looking for in the back corner. A locked cabinet with a royal seal. My father taught me to pick locks when I was 10. Never know when you'll need to get somewhere you're not supposed to be, he'd said with that crooked smile. Before the accusations. Before the execution. The lock clicks open in 30 seconds. Inside, I find King Theron's complete medical history. My hands shake as I pull out the file from 3 years ago. The initial injury report is brutal, multiple wounds, blood loss, spinal trauma. But it's the toxicology report that makes my breath catch. Nightshade silver detected in blood sample. Concentration, lethal dose. Patient survival unexpected. Nightshade silver. A poison so rare I've only read about it in ancient texts. It attacks the nervous system, causes paralysis, mimics permanent spinal damage. But here's what makes my healer's heart race. It's temporary. With the right treatment, aggressive detoxification, specific herbal compounds, time, the effects reverse completely. I've seen the case studies. Victims recover full mobility within months. So why is King Theron still in a wheelchair 3 years later? I flipped through the follow-up reports frantically. The treatment protocol is all wrong. Instead of the aggressive detoxification required, he's been given maintenance doses of, my blood runs cold. More nightshade silver. Tiny amounts. Not enough to kill. Just enough to maintain the paralysis. Hidden in routine vitamin supplements and pain management medications. Someone has been poisoning the king for 3 years. Find what you were looking for? I spin around, files clutched to my chest. Beta Marcus fills the doorway, his expression dark. Behind him, 2 royal guards stand at attention. I was just breaking into sealed medical records. He steps into the small room, forcing me back against the shelves. That's a serious offense, Sage. Especially for someone already under scrutiny. My wolf growls low in my chest. After years of silence, she finally wakes up, and it's to face down the man who's made my life miserable since my father's death. These records show poisoning, I say, keeping my voice steady. Ongoing poisoning. Someone's been treating our king with the best medical care available. Marcus's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Care prescribed by royal physicians far more qualified than a half-trained healer with a traitor's blood. This isn't treatment. It's murder. Slow murder, but... His hand shoots out and grips my throat. Not hard enough to choke, but the thread is clear. Listen very carefully, little wolf. You embarrassed yourself last night. Made a scene. Forced a bond on a king who wanted nothing to do with you. His fingers tighten slightly. Now you're spreading lies about his medical care? Sounds like someone's bitter about rejection. Let her go, Marcus. The voice cuts through the room like a blade. Prince Cormac stands in the doorway now, all golden perfection and practice concern. Where King Theron is sharp edges and cold steel, his stepbrother is warm charm and political grace. The court loves him. I don't trust him for a second. Marcus releases me immediately. Your Highness. I was just addressing a security breach. So I see. Cormac's blue eyes assess me with unsettling intensity. Miss Blackwater. I heard about last night's unfortunate incident. You have my sympathies. I force myself to meet his gaze. Thank you, Your Highness. Though I must say, rifling through my brother's private medical records seems an odd way to process rejection. He steps closer, and I catch the scent of expensive cologne and something else. Something chemical that makes my wolf recoil. Unless you're searching for something specific? The files are still in my hands. Damning evidence of conspiracy. I was looking for treatment protocols, I lie. For rejection sickness. I thought perhaps the king's condition might have relevant information about nerve damage and you thought breaking into a sealed cabinet was appropriate? Cormac's smile is pleasant. His eyes are ice. Marcus, please escort Miss Blackwater to the council chambers. It seems we need to have a formal discussion about boundaries and consequences. My heart hammers. The council chambers. Where they try people for crimes against the crown. That won't be necessary. Every head turns. King Theron sits in his wheelchair at the end of the hall, pushed by a stone-faced guard. In the morning light, he looks every inch the broken king, slumped shoulders, hollow eyes, expensive blanket covering useless legs. But I know better now. I've seen him stand. Brother. Cormac's voice warms with concern. You shouldn't have come down here. Your health. My health is precisely why Miss Blackwater was reviewing my files. Theron's dead eyes fix on me. Isn't that right? Everyone stares. I have no idea what game he's playing. Yes, Your Majesty. The Royal Council has assigned her to my medical care team. He says it like he's discussing garbage collection. Apparently they believe the healer who forced a bond with me should be responsible for my daily treatments. A fitting punishment, don't you think? My stomach drops. Assigned to his medical care team. Which means daily contact. Constant supervision. Exactly what I need to investigate, and exactly what will get me killed if the poisoners realize what I know. Cormac's pleasant expression flickers. Just for a second. The council made this decision. This morning. Elder Rowan informed me an hour ago. Theron's voice carries bored disinterest. Something about Miss Blackwater needing to understand the consequences of her presumption. She'll assist with my medications, physical therapy sessions, daily examinations. All under supervision, of course. Of course, Cormac echoes. His jaw tightens almost imperceptibly. Though I'm not sure that's wise, given the emotional complications. There are no emotional complications. Theron finally looks at me directly, and the contempt in his expression is so perfect I almost believe it. Miss Blackwater means nothing to me. She's simply another servant. One who will learn her place through service. The words should hurt. Maybe they do, under the anger. But I see his fingers now. Drumming that battle rhythm against the armrest. Tap tap, pause, tap tap tap. He's sending me a message. As you wish, brother. Cormac steps back smoothly. Though I hope Miss Blackwater understands the gravity of her new position. Any mistakes in the king's care would be considered treasonous. I understand, Your Highness, I say quietly. Good. Marcus, return those files to their proper place. Make sure the cabinet is sealed. Cormac's smile returns, bright and empty. We wouldn't want any more unfortunate breaches of security. He leaves with a swirl of expensive fabric. Marcus snatches the files from my hands, his expression promising retribution later, and follows. The guards will Theron closer. You start immediately, he says, still not looking directly at me. Report to my chambers in 1 hour. Master Corrin will provide you with the treatment protocols. The poisonous treatment protocols. The ones keeping him paralyzed. Your Majesty, about those protocols. 1 hour, Miss Blackwater. Don't be late. I have very little patience for incompetence. He gestures to his guard. Take me to the council chambers. I need to discuss this arrangement with Elder Rowan. They will him away, leaving me alone in the records room with a racing heart and too many questions. He knows I know. He must. So why would he request me on his medical team? Unless he needs someone who knows the truth. Someone who can see past the lie. Someone he can control because she has as much to lose as he does. I'm not just a healer now. I'm an accomplice. 1 hour later, I knock on the massive doors to the royal chambers. A guard I don't recognize opens them. Miss Blackwater. The king is expecting you. The royal suite is stunning, all dark wood and rich fabrics, windows overlooking the northern forests. And sitting in the center of it all, King Theron in his silver wheelchair, looking like a prisoner in his own kingdom. Leave us, he tells the guard. Your Majesty, protocol requires. I said leave us. She's half my size and wolfless. I think I can manage. The guard hesitates, then bows and exits. The door closes with a heavy thud. Silence stretches between us. The rejected bond aches in my chest, a constant reminder of what should have been. Theron doesn't move. Doesn't speak. Neither do I. Finally, he reaches into his robe and pulls out a small device. Some kind of electronic scrambler. He places it on the table and activates it. A low hum fills the room. The walls have ears, he says quietly. Now they don't. Then he stands. It's still shocking, watching him rise from that chair like the paralysis was never real. He moves to the window, rolling his shoulders, stretching muscles that are supposed to be dead. 3 years, he says to the glass. 3 years of pretending to be broken while they poison me slowly. While my own stepbrother plots to take my throne. While the council treats me like an invalid who can't rule. Why? The question bursts out of me. Why endure it? Why not expose them? He turns, and those gray eyes pin me in place. Because the moment I reveal I know about the poison, I'm dead. Really dead. Right now, they think they're winning. They think I'm too weak to fight back. But you're not weak. No. His smile is all predator. I'm patient. And I've been waiting for an opportunity. An opportunity for what? To find out who's behind this. It's not just Cormac, he's too obvious. There's someone else. Someone with access to the royal physicians, the medical supplies, the inner workings of the court. He moves closer. Someone I can't identify because I'm trapped in this chair pretending to be helpless. The pieces click into place. That's why you wanted me on your medical team. You're the only person in this entire pack who knows I can walk. The only one who's seen past the facade. He stops just inches away, and I hate how my body responds. How the broken bond screams at the proximity. You're also the only one investigating instead of accepting the lie. You could have told me this last night. Last night, I wasn't sure if you'd run straight to the council. If you were working for whoever's poisoning me. His gaze searches my face. But then you broke into those files this morning. Started asking dangerous questions. Almost got yourself killed by Marcus. How did you? I have eyes everywhere, little healer. Even if I can't walk, I can still see. The nickname makes something twist in my chest. Don't call me that. Why not? It's what you are. I'm nothing to you. You made that clear when you rejected our bond in front of everyone. Something flashes across his face. Pain, maybe. Or regret. That bond put a target on your back. The moment they realized we were mates, you became leverage. A weakness they could exploit. So you rejected me to protect me? I laugh bitterly. How noble. I rejected you to keep you alive. His voice drops low, dangerous. Do you have any idea what they would do to you if they thought you mattered to me? The torture, the manipulation, the slow destruction they'd inflict just to make me compliant? Instead you just destroyed me publicly. Yes. No apology in his tone. Better they think you're nothing. Better they think I'm cruel and heartless toward you. It's the only thing keeping you safe. I want to hate him. Should hate him. But I'm starting to understand. The council's assignment, I say slowly. Putting me on your medical team. That wasn't their idea, was it? Elder Rowan owes me favors. I called one in. He moves back to his wheelchair and sits, the broken king again. Now we have legitimate daily contact. Now I have access to someone who knows the truth and can help me investigate from the inside. And if I refuse? Then you'll be dead within a week. He says it matter-of-factly. Marcus already suspects you know too much. Cormac is watching you. The only thing keeping you alive right now is the belief that you're being controlled. That I'm punishing you for the forced bond. My hands clench into fists. So I'm your prisoner. You're my partner. There's a difference. A partner you rejected. A partner you humiliated. A partner I'm trying to keep breathing. He picks up a medicine bottle from the table beside him. This is my evening dose. Vitamins and pain management, according to the label. Actually contains trace amounts of nightshade silver. I've been disposing of them for months, pretending to take them while secretly detoxifying. I take the bottle, examine the contents. He's right, I can smell the poison now that I know what to look for. Subtle. Expertly hidden. How long have you known? 8 months. I started regaining sensation in my legs. Did some private research. Figured out what they were doing. His fingers drummed that battle rhythm. But knowing and proving are different things. I need evidence. I need to identify everyone involved. And I need to do it before the council forces me to take a mate. Lydia Silverfong. His jaw tightens. You've heard. Everyone's heard. The highborn she-wolf who's perfect for a broken king. She's working with Cormac. I'm certain of it. They want me married and compliant. A puppet king with a queen who controls him. I set the bottle down carefully. What do you need me to do? First, pretend to hate me. Publicly, you're the rejected mate serving her punishment. Privately, you're investigating who has access to my medications. Who's delivering them? Where they're being prepared. And what will you be doing? Continuing to play the broken king. Attending council meetings. Listening. Watching. He meets my eyes. And trying very hard not to think about the fact that I rejected my true mate to save her life. The honesty in his voice catches me off guard. We weren't mates, I say quietly. You made sure of that. The bond is broken. The connection isn't. He looks away. I feel you, Sage. Every moment. Every breath. It's like trying to ignore a missing limb. I feel it too. The empty space where the bond should be, the phantom ache of what could have been. This is insane, I whisper. If we're caught. Then we're dead. Both of us. He picks up the scrambler and deactivates it. Immediately straightens in his chair, slumping his shoulders back into the broken king posture. But right now, we're the only chance this kingdom has. A knock at the door makes us both freeze. Enter, Theron calls, his voice bored and cold. Master Corrin steps inside, carrying a tray of medical supplies. His eyes flicker between us with concern. Your Majesty. Miss Blackwater. I've brought the evening treatment protocols. Good. Theron waves a hand dismissively. Miss Blackwater, you'll administer them. Master Corrin will supervise. I want this done quickly, I have a council meeting in an hour. I move forward on shaking legs, taking the tray. More poison. More lies. And I'm supposed to help deliver them. Corrin watches me carefully. The king requires precise dosages, Sage. Any mistakes could be dangerous. I understand, I say. But what I really understand is this, I'm standing in a room with two men. One is poisoning the king. The other might be trying to save him. And I have no idea which is which. Theron's eyes meet mine over Corrin's shoulder. That battle rhythm drums against his armrest. Trust no one, he's saying. Not even the kind ones. I pick up the first medicine bottle and my hands don't shake. Let's begin, I say. The game has started. And I'm playing for both our lives. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 3. The midnight sessions start 3 days after I become Theron's official medical attendant. He sends for me through a trusted guard, one of only 2 he claims aren't compromised. The message is simple, come to the East training grounds. Alone. Tell no one. I should refuse. Should stay in my small room in the healer's quarters and pretend this isn't happening. Instead, I slip through the castle's shadows like I'm made of smoke. The East training grounds haven't been used since Theron's accident. Moonlight spills across abandoned equipment, cracked stone, overgrown combat circles. It's the perfect place for secrets. He's already there when I arrive. Not in his wheelchair. Not playing broken. Just standing in the center of the largest circle, dressed in dark training clothes, moving through combat forms with a grace that steals my breath. You're late, he says without turning around. I'm here, aren't I? Being here isn't the same as being punctual. He completes a particularly vicious strike sequence and finally faces me. In the moonlight, he looks like what he is, a warrior king pretending to be weak. We don't have much time. The guard rotations change in 2 hours. Time for what? For making sure you don't get yourself killed. He stalks toward me, every movement predatory. You're investigating poisoners and conspirators with no training, no weapons skills, and a wolf that won't surface. That makes you a liability. My spine stiffens. I've survived this long without your help. You survived because they didn't consider you worth killing. That changed the moment you became my mate. He stops close enough that I can feel the heat radiating off him. Even rejected, you're a connection. A potential weakness. They'll test that. And when they do, you need to be ready. I know how to defend myself. Show me. It's not a request. He moves without warning, a strike aimed at my shoulder that I barely dodge. My father taught me basic self-defense before he died, but that was years ago and this is different. This is facing down a predator who knows exactly what he's doing. I try to counter. He blocks it effortlessly. Try again. He's already moved. You're slow, he says clinically. You telegraph every move. Any wolf with combat training could disable you in seconds. Anger flares hot in my chest. Then maybe you should have rejected someone with combat training instead of me. Something dangerous flashes in his eyes. Don't. Don't what? Point out that you could have chosen anyone? That I was the worst possible option for whatever game you're playing? I didn't choose you. His voice drops low, rough. The moon goddess chose you. I just rejected the bond before it could get you killed. How noble. I try to push past him. He catches my wrist. I'm not noble. I'm practical. His grip is firm but careful. And practically speaking, you're in danger every moment you're connected to me. So either you learn to fight, or you learn to die. Pick one. I wrench my hand free. I already chose. I'm helping you expose the conspirators. After that, we do a proper rejection. You get your throne secured, I get my freedom, we both move on with our lives. A proper rejection won't change what you are to me. Which is what? An inconvenience? A political problem? My mate. He says it like a confession. Like the words are being torn from somewhere deep. The bond is broken but you're still mine, Sage. And that terrifies me more than any conspiracy. The raw honesty stuns me into silence. He steps back, composure sliding into place like armor. Again. Show me your defensive stance. We train for an hour. He's merciless, exploiting every weakness, forcing me to move faster, think quicker, anticipate better. By the end, I'm bruised and exhausted and angrier than I've been in years. But I'm also better. Enough for tonight, he finally says. Same time tomorrow. Don't be late. Your Majesty. Theron. He's already moving toward the shadows. When it's just us, call me Theron. Then he's gone, and I'm left standing in the moonlight wondering how my life became this complicated. The days develop a rhythm. Publicly, I'm the rejected mate serving her humiliating punishment. I administer Theron's medications under Master Corrin's watchful eye, endure the whispers that follow me through the halls, keep my head down and my mouth shut. Privately, I'm documenting everything. Who delivers the medications? When they're prepared. Where they're stored. Every person who has access to Theron's treatment protocols gets noted in a journal I keep hidden beneath a loose floorboard in my room. The patterns that emerge make my skin crawl. Prince Cormac visits the medical supply room regularly. Beta Marcus personally oversees Theron's evening doses. Even Lydia Silverfong, the perfect highborn mate, has been seen consulting with the royal physicians about the king's comfort. They're all involved. The question is how deep it goes. You're distracted, Theron says during our 4th midnight session. We're working on evasion techniques, and I've missed 3 obvious openings. What's wrong? Besides everything, I duck under his strike. I counted 15 people today who have access to your medications. 15 potential conspirators. Could be more. Some will be unwitting accomplices. He adjusts his attack angle, forcing me to compensate. Focus. If Marcus corners you in a hallway, you won't have time to think about conspiracies. He's right. I know he's right. But it's hard to focus when every cell in my body is screaming at his proximity. The broken bond might not exist anymore, but my wolf knows her mate. She claws at my insides every time he touches me, every time his scent fills my lungs. It's agony. I'm focused, I lie. No, you're fighting the bond. He moves behind me, adjusting my stance with hands that linger just a fraction too long. Stop. It's making you sloppy. I'm not. You are. His breath is warm against my ear. I can feel it, Sage. The pull. The ache. It's the same thing I feel every damned moment. My heart hammers. The bond is broken. The bond is broken. The connection isn't. His hands settle on my hips, positioning me correctly. Our wolves still recognize each other. That doesn't just disappear because we spoke some words. Then what do we do about it? We suffer. He steps away, and the loss of contact feels like cold water. And we don't let it compromise the mission. Mission. Right. Because that's all this is. Except his fingers were shaking when he touched me. And mine are shaking now. I discover the truth about myself on a Tuesday. It's accident, really. I'm in the medical supply room, documenting another delivery of Theron's vitamins, when I knock over a box of old records. They scatter across the floor, routine vaccinations, childhood illnesses, nothing remarkable. Until I see my own name. Sage Blackwater. Age 6. Administered monthly wellness tonic per family request. Monthly wellness tonic. I don't remember any tonic. I flip through more records. The entries continue year after year. Age 7. Age 8. 9. 10. The same notation, monthly wellness tonic administered. My hands start shaking. I know these symptoms now. I've been studying them for days, learning everything about nightshade silver and its effects. And one of those effects, in small repeated doses, is the suppression of wolf manifestation. Someone has been drugging me since childhood. Someone has been keeping my wolf buried. The implications slam into me like a physical blow. My mother wasn't wolfless, she was poisoned. My father died before he could discover the truth. And I've spent my entire life believing I was defective when really I was just another victim. Sage. I look up to find Master Corin in the doorway, his kind face creased with concern. Are you all right? You look ill. I clutch the records to my chest. These wellness tonics. The ones I received as a child. What were they? Something flickers across his expression. Guilt. Fear. Standard preventative medicine. Your mother requested them after your father's death. She was worried about your health. My mother was dead by the time I was 12. My voice comes out flat. Cold. Who continued administering them after she died? Sage, I don't think. Who, Master Corin? He sighs, suddenly looking ancient. The orders came from Beta Marcus. He said it was for your own good. That your bloodline was compromised and needed management. Management. A pretty word for poisoning. You knew. The betrayal cuts deeper than any blade. All these years, you knew they were suppressing my wolf. I didn't know, he says quietly. I suspected. But Marcus is Beta. He has authority over medical decisions for pack members without families. I couldn't disobey without proof. And you never thought to get proof? I thought about it every day. His eyes glisten. But I'm an old wolf, Sage. And I'm a coward. I told myself you were better off wolfless than dead. Maybe he's right. Maybe staying human kept me alive. But it also kept me powerless. I shoved past him, records still clutched in my hands. I need to think. Need to process. Need to. I nearly collide with Prince Cormac in the hallway. Miss Blackwater. His smile is perfectly pleasant. You seem distressed. Is something wrong? Everything about him sets my instincts screaming. The too perfect appearance. The calculated concern. The way his eyes track the records in my hands like a predator spotting prey. Nothing, Your Highness. Just clumsy. He steps closer, and I catch that chemical smell again. Stronger now. Familiar. You know, I've been meaning to speak with you about my brother's care. He seems different lately. More alert. Have you noticed? It's a test. I know it's a test. The king seems the same as always to me, Your Highness. I keep my voice carefully neutral. Broken. In pain. Barely tolerating my presence. Of course. But his eyes say he doesn't believe me. Still, if you notice any changes, anything unusual, you'll report them immediately, won't you? The council is very concerned about his condition. Naturally. He lets me pass, but I feel his gaze burning into my back all the way down the corridor. I don't go to my room. Don't go to the healing chambers. I go straight to Theron's suite. The guards try to stop me. The king is resting. I need to see him. Now. There must be something in my voice, because they exchange glances and step aside. I burst through the doors without knocking. Theron sits in his wheelchair by the window, that damned blanket across his lap. He looks up in surprise. Sage? What? They poisoned me too. I throw the records on the table. Since I was 6 years old. Monthly doses of something to suppress my wolf. My mother didn't request them. Marcus did. After my father died, he made sure I'd never be a threat. Theron's expression darkens as he reads the files. When he looks up, there's murder in his eyes. How long have you been off the suppressants? Years. Since my mother died and no one bothered to continue them. I'm pacing now, too agitated to stand still. But the damage might be permanent. My wolf might never surface. I might actually be what they tried to make me, powerless. You're not powerless. He stands in one fluid motion. You're the strongest person I know. I'm weak. You survived 10 years of poisoning. 10 years of being treated like garbage. 10 years of keeping your head up when everyone else wanted you broken. He crosses to me in 3 strides. That's not weakness, Sage. That's steel. The sincerity in his voice cracks something inside me. Tears burn my eyes. I wanted to feel her, I whisper. My wolf. Just once. I wanted to know what it's like to be whole. You are whole. His hands cup my face, thumbs brushing away tears I didn't realize were falling. With or without a wolf, you're whole. That's easy for you to say. You have everything. Strength. Power. A wolf that recognizes you as its mate and can't do a damn thing about it. His forehead presses against mine. You think I'm whole? I'm falling apart, Sage. Every moment I'm near you. Every time I have to pretend you mean nothing. Every second I can't claim what's mine. I'm not yours. We're not. We're everything. His voice breaks on the word. And it's killing me. The bond might be broken, but the connection blazes between us like wildfire. I can feel his heart racing. Feel the tremor in his hands. Feel the same desperate need that's tearing me apart. This is wrong, I breathe. I know. We can't. I know. Theron. He kisses me. It's not gentle. Not careful. It's 3 years of paralysis and 10 years of poison and one broken bond that never really broke. It's everything we can't have and shouldn't want and need so desperately it burns. I kiss him back like I'm drowning and he's air. His hands tangle in my hair. Mine clutch his shoulders. The world narrows to just this, the taste of him, the heat of him, the absolute rightness of 2 puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. Then reality crashes back. He pulls away first, breathing hard. We can't. This is dangerous. Stupid. Wrong. I step back, trying to remember how to think. We have a deal. Expose the conspiracy, do a proper rejection, move on. Right. The deal. He runs a hand through his hair, looking shaken. Sage, about the poison suppressing your wolf. Don't. I can't handle sympathy right now. Just don't. We have bigger problems. Like Cormac just cornered me in the hallway asking if you seem different. He's suspicious. I force myself to focus on the mission instead of the way my lips still tingle. And that chemical smell around him, I finally placed it. It's nightshade silver. He reeks of it. Theron goes very still. He's not just ordering the poison. He's handling it directly. Which means he's not just a conspirator. He's the primary actor. The pieces click together with horrible clarity. He attacked you 3 years ago. He's been personally ensuring you stay poisoned. And now he's watching to see if his plan is working. Then we need to move faster. Theron's jaw sets with determination. The council meeting is in 2 days. They're going to demand I announce my engagement to Lydia. If I agree, I lose any chance of refusing. If I disagree, they'll declare me unfit and crown Cormac. So what do? We spring the trap early. He moves to his desk and pulls out a hidden drawer. Inside is a vial of clear liquid. This is pure nightshade silver. Enough to kill someone in minutes if administered incorrectly. Or to prove a conspiracy if found in the right hands. I stare at the vial. You want to plant evidence. I want to force them into the open. Make them act before they're ready. His eyes meet mine. It's risky. If it goes wrong, we both die. But if it goes right, we expose them all. We expose them all, he confirms. I think about my father. About 10 years of poison. About a broken bond and midnight training sessions and a kiss that shouldn't have happened. I think about justice. Tell me the plan, I say. Theron smiles, and it's all Predator. First, we're going to make them think they've won. The next morning, I report to Theron's chambers for his usual treatment. Master Corrin is there. So is Beta Marcus. And standing in the corner, Prince Cormac watches with those calculating eyes. Miss Blackwater. Theron's voice drips contempt. You're late. Again. I apologize, Your Majesty. Apologies don't interest me. Competence does. He waves at the medication tray. Administer my morning dose. Correctly this time. I move to the tray with shaking hands. The poison is there, just like always. Except today, there's something extra. The vial Theron gave me last night, hidden in plain sight among the other medications. I prepare the injection exactly as Master Corrin taught me. Except I palm the poison syringe and grab the clean one. Substitute clear liquid for clear liquid in a movement so quick no one notices. Except Cormac. His eyes narrow slightly. Perhaps I should verify the dosage, he says smoothly. Given Miss Blackwater's emotional state around my brother. An excellent idea, Your Highness. Marcus moves forward. We can't be too careful. My heart hammers. If they check the syringe now, they'll find it clean. They'll know something's wrong. Are you questioning my competence, brother? Theron's voice cuts through the room. Or hers. Neither. Simply being cautious. Cautious. Theron's laugh is bitter. You've been cautious for 3 years. 3 years of watching me rot in this chair while you position yourself for the throne. Did you think I wouldn't notice? The room goes deadly silent. Cormac's pleasant mask slips. Brother, you're clearly in pain. Perhaps more medication. Perhaps you should stop pretending you give a damn about my pain. Theron's fingers drum that battle rhythm. Or stop pretending you're not the one causing it. That's a serious accusation. Cormac's voice goes cold. Do you have proof? Do I need proof? Everyone in this room knows what you are. Theron gestures at the medication tray. Go ahead. Check the syringe. See if it matches your usual formula. It's a gamble. A massive gamble. Cormac picks up the syringe. Studies it. His expression never changes, but I see the moment he recognizes it's not the poison he's been using. This is the correct medication, he says carefully. I apologize for doubting you, Miss Blackwater. Because admitting it's not would be admitting he knows what the medication should be. Would be confessing his involvement. Then inject it, Theron says softly. Since you're so concerned about proper dosage. You do it. The trap springs shut. Cormac holds the syringe, caught between two impossible choices. Inject his brother with clean medicine and reveal he knows the difference. Or refuse and confirm his guilt. I'm not a healer, he tries. No. You're a poisoner. Theron's voice carries absolute certainty. And you're done. Cormac moves faster than I expect. The syringe becomes a weapon, aimed at Theron's throat. But Theron moves faster. He rises from the wheelchair like a king rising from a throne. In one fluid motion, he catches Cormac's wrist, twists, and sends the syringe clattering across the floor. Master Corran gasps. Marcus stumbles backward. And Prince Cormac stares at his brother standing on two perfectly functional legs. Surprise, Theron says. Then he punches Cormac in the face. The room explodes into chaos. Marcus lunges for the door. I throw myself in his path, using the defensive techniques Theron taught me. We go down in a tangle of limbs. Guards! Cormac shouts, blood streaming from his nose. The king is standing trial for conspiracy and attempted regicide. Theron's trusted guards burst through the door, weapons drawn. Along with his co-conspirators. It takes 10 minutes to secure them. 10 minutes of struggling, shouting, denial. When the dust settles, I'm bruised and breathless on the floor. Theron stands above his captured brother, every inch the warrior king he was always meant to be. 3 years, he says quietly. 3 years you thought you were winning. But I was watching. Learning. Waiting. Cormac spits blood. You have no proof. I have 10 years of medical records showing systematic poisoning. I have testimony from palace staff. I have that syringe you were about to inject me with, full of evidence. Theron's smile is sharp as broken glass. And I have something better than proof. I have witnesses. He gestures to the window. Outside, the entire royal council stands watching. Along with half the pack. Theron's recovery, carefully staged for maximum impact. You wanted my throne, brother? Theron's voice carries through the open window. You should have killed me when you had the chance. They drag Cormac and Marcus away. Master Corran goes willingly, tears streaming down his weathered face. Then it's just us. Me and Theron. Standing in the wreckage of his chambers. We did it, I whisper. We did it, he agrees. He's still standing. Still strong. The broken king finally whole. And I'm still poisoned. Still wolfless. Still everything I was before. The proper rejection, I say, though it feels like swallowing glass. We had a deal. Something breaks in his expression. Sage. We had a deal, Theron. I know. His hands clench into fists. But I can't. I thought I could. Thought I could let you go once this was over. But I can't. You have to. I'm not. You're everything. He crosses to me in 2 strides. You're brave and brilliant and strong. You saved my life. My kingdom. You're my mate in every way that matters. Except I can't shift. Can't give you strong heirs. Can't be the queen this pack needs. Tears burn my eyes. You need someone whole. Then we'll make you whole. His hands frame my face with desperate tenderness. The poison suppressed your wolf. We'll find a way to reverse it. There might not be a way. The damage might be permanent. Then I don't care. Your pack will care. The council will care. They'll never accept. Then they can find a new king. His forehead presses against mine. Because I'm not rejecting you, Sage. Not properly. Not ever. You're mine. And I'm keeping you. That's not how this works. Then we'll change how it works. His voice breaks. Just don't ask me to let you go. I've spent 3 years pretending to be broken. Don't make me spend the rest of my life actually broken. I should argue. Should be practical. Should remember all the reasons this is impossible. Instead, I kiss him. And this time, neither of us pulls away. Outside, the pack cheers for their recovered king. Inside, 2 broken people hold each other and pretend they can be whole. The conspiracy is exposed. The king can walk. And the mate he rejected is the only one he'll ever claim. Even if it destroys them both. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 4. The morning after we expose the conspiracy, Lydia Silverfang arrives at the castle with an army of seamstresses, wedding planners, and enough floral arrangements to choke a forest. Darling Theron, she purrs, sweeping into his chambers like she owns them. Now that all this unpleasantness with your brother is settled, we can finally focus on what truly matters. Our union. I'm administering Theron's morning treatment, now just vitamins and actual medicine, when she enters. She looks at me the way someone might regard a particularly offensive piece of furniture. You're still here? Her perfect nose wrinkles. I thought you'd be dismissed after that embarrassing rejection. Miss Blackwater is my medical attendant, Theron says from his wheelchair. He's playing Broken King again. We agreed to maintain the ruse a bit longer, just until we're certain we've rooted out all the conspirators. The council assigned her. Well, I'm unassigning her. Lydia snaps her fingers at one of her attendants. Bring in my personal physician. I won't have my future mate tended by that. Something dangerous flashes in Theron's eyes, but he keeps his voice neutral. The council made the assignment, Lady Silverfang. Take it up with them. I will. She leans down, her hand possessive on his shoulder. In fact, Elder Rowan is waiting for us now. The council has wonderful news about our wedding date. My stomach churns as they will him away. Lydia walks beside the chair, her hand never leaving his shoulder, marking her territory with every step. I want to rip her throat out. The violence of the thought surprises me. I've never been aggressive, never felt this territorial rage burning through my veins. But then, I've never had a mate before. Even a rejected one. I spend the morning in the medical archives, researching everything I can find about Nightshade's silver poisoning and its reversal. If the suppressants damaged my wolf permanently, I need to know. Need to understand what I'm facing. What I find makes my hands shake. The poison works by binding to wolf essence at a cellular level, creating barriers that prevent shifting. But those barriers aren't permanent, they weaken over time once exposure stops. With the right treatment protocol, with aggressive detoxification and specific herbal compounds, full recovery is possible. I've been off the suppressants for years. The barriers should be weak by now. Which means my wolf might still be there. Buried. Waiting. Interesting reading? I slam the book shut and spin around. Lydia stands in the doorway, her smile sharp as knives. Behind her, 2 large males in her pack colors loom like threats. Lady Silverfang. I keep my voice even. Can I help you? You can explain why you're researching wolf suppression. She glides closer, all predatory grace. Planning to poison someone? Or are you trying to fix whatever's broken inside you? My research is none of your concern. Everything concerning Theron's household is my concern now. She picks up the book, flipping through pages with manicured fingers. How fascinating. Nightshade silver. The same poison used on the king. One might almost think you were involved in his attack. It's a test. A threat wrapped in silk. One might think many things, I say carefully. That doesn't make them true. No. She sets the book down with deliberate care. Then let me tell you what's true, Miss Blackwater. Theron is mine. The council has decreed it, the pack expects it, and in 3 weeks, I will be his queen. Nothing you do, no desperate research, no pathetic hope of recovering your wolf, will change that. I'm not trying to. You reek of him. Her voice drops to a growl. I can smell him on your skin. In your hair. You've been alone with him. Touching him. Her eyes flash wolf gold. That ends now. I'm his medical attendant. Touching him is part of my duties. Your duties are over. She nods to the males behind her. Escort Miss Blackwater to her quarters. She's confined there until further notice. Council orders. The council can't. The council can do whatever Lady Silverfang requests. Elder Rowan appears in the doorway, her face apologetic but firm. I'm sorry, Sage. But given the recent upheaval and your complicated relationship with the king, the council feels it's best if you're temporarily relieved of your duties. Temporarily. Right. They're removing me from Theron's side. Cutting off my access. Isolating me. Because Lydia knows. Maybe not everything, but enough to feel threatened. The males move forward. I could fight, Theron's training has made me better, faster. But fighting council guards would only confirm whatever suspicions they have. So I go quietly, cataloging every detail for later. The way Lydia watches me with satisfied cruelty. How Elder Rowan won't meet my eyes. The lock they place on my door from the outside. I'm not just confined. I'm a prisoner. 3 days pass in that small room. They bring me food twice a day, simple meals that I inspect carefully for poison before eating. No one speaks to me. No one explains what's happening. On the 4th night, I decide I'm done waiting. The lock is sophisticated, but I have hairpins and patience and my father's lessons. It takes an hour of careful work, but finally, I hear the click. The corridor outside is empty. Late enough that most of the castle sleeps. I move like a shadow through familiar passages, heading for the medical archives. If I can't be with Theron, I can at least continue researching. Can prepare for whatever's coming. That's when I hear it. Voices, low and urgent, coming from the Royal Council chambers. I should keep moving. Should stay hidden. Instead, I press against the wall outside the door and listen. 3 weeks is too long. That's Cormac. But he's supposed to be imprisoned. We need to act now, before Theron has time to consolidate power. Patience, my love. Lydia's voice, smooth as poison. Everything is proceeding perfectly. The council is convinced Theron needs a strong queen to manage his condition. In 3 weeks, we'll be mated. And shortly after, he'll have a tragic accident. Cormac's laugh is ugly. Can't have the poor broken king suffering any longer. My blood runs cold. What about the girl? A third voice, Beta Marcus. So he's free too. Or never was imprisoned. She knows too much. The girl is handled. Lydia sounds bored. Locked in her room like the powerless nothing she is. After the wedding, we'll arrange for her to disappear. An unfortunate suicide. The rejected mate who couldn't bear her grief. You're certain she's powerless? Cormac asks. Her bloodline. Her bloodline is suppressed. We made sure of that 20 years ago when we killed her parents. Lydia's voice hardens. The royal silver line ends with her, dormant and buried. She's no threat. The world tilts. They killed my parents. Not random violence. Not a training accident gone wrong. Murder. The blood moon ceremony is in 2 weeks, Marcus says. If you're going to challenge for the throne, that's your moment. I won't need to challenge. Cormac sounds pleased with himself. Theron will still be playing Broken King. The council will declare him unfit. I'll claim the throne by default, with my true mate by my side. True mate. The pieces slam together with horrible clarity. Lydia and Cormac aren't just conspirators. They're mates. They've been mates all along. Everything else, the courtship, the council pressure, the perfect highborn she-wolf act, is theater. What about the 2 guards Theron trusts? Lydia asks. They could be problematic. Already poisoned. Marcus's voice holds grim satisfaction. Nightshade silver in their evening meal. Slow acting. They'll be dead before the blood moon. I've heard enough. Need to get to Theron. Need to warn him. I turn to leave and walk straight into a chest. A very large, very hostile chest. One of Lydia's guards smiles down at me. Going somewhere, Miss Blackwater? I run. My father's training kicks in, don't think, just move. I dart left, slide under his grasping hands, sprint for the nearest corridor. Shouts behind me. Heavy footsteps. The castle is a maze I've known since childhood, but they're faster. Stronger. Wolves who can shift and I can't. I round a corner and see the door to the east training grounds. If I can reach it, lose them in the darkness. A hand closes on my arm and yanks me backward. I hit the stone floor hard enough to see stars. My attacker looms over me, not the guard. Someone else. Someone wearing a mask and smelling of chemicals and death. You should have stayed in your room, the assassin says. Then pulls a knife. I roll left. The blade sparks against stone where my throat was a second ago. Roll again. Get my feet under me. But there's nowhere to go. The assassin blocks the only exit, and behind him, more guards are coming. The knife flashes toward my heart. Something inside me snaps. Not breaks, releases. Like a door I didn't know was locked suddenly flying open. Power floods through my body, burning away barriers I've carried my entire life. My wolf surges to the surface with a roar that shakes the stones. The transformation is agony and ecstasy combined. Bones reshaping. Muscles tearing and rebuilding. Skin erupting into fur. Everything I've been denied for 20 years exploding into existence in one brutal moment. The assassin stumbles backward, eyes wide. Because I'm not just any wolf. I'm silver. Pure silver from nose to tail, like moonlight given form. Larger than any female should be. Power radiating off me in waves that make the torches flicker. The mark of the original royal bloodline. The line everyone thought extinct. The assassin runs. I chase. My new wolf body feels foreign and perfect all at once. Instinct guides me, how to move, how to hunt, how to kill. I bring the assassin down in 3 strides, jaws closing on his shoulder. He screams. More guards rush into the corridor. I bare my teeth, ready to fight them all. Then Theron is there. Not in his wheelchair. Not playing broken. Standing tall and whole with silver fire in his eyes and death in his expression. Get away from my mate, he snarls. The guards freeze. Because their king is standing. Their paralyzed, broken king is standing and radiating enough dominance to make even the boldest wolf bare their throat. Your Majesty, one stammers. We didn't know, Lady Silverfang said. I don't care what she said. Theron's voice could cut glass. Lay one finger on Sage and I'll rip your throat out myself. They run. All of them. Leaving just us in that corridor, me in my new silver wolf form, him standing over an unconscious assassin, both of us finally, fully revealed. I shift back without meaning to. The transformation reverses as suddenly as it came, leaving me naked and shaking on cold stone. Theron's coat is around me before I can process it. Then his arms. You shifted, he breathes against my hair. Sage, you shifted. They killed my parents. My voice breaks. Cormac and Lydia. They killed them 20 years ago because of my bloodline. Because I'm royal line. He pulls back just enough to meet my eyes. Do you know what this means? It means I'm a target. It means you have as much right to the throne as anyone. His hands frame my face with desperate tenderness. The silver line. The original alphas. You're not just my mate, Sage. You're a queen. I don't want to be a queen. I want. The wall behind us explodes. We're thrown forward by the blast. Stone and dust fill the air. My ears ring. Can't see. Can't breathe. Strong hands pull me up. Theron, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead, his body shielding mine. Move, he growls. We run through smoke and chaos. Behind us, I hear Lydia's voice shouting orders. Cormac laughing. The conspiracy isn't exposed, it's happening right now. Theron pulls me into a hidden passage I didn't know existed. We stumble through darkness until we reach a small room, some kind of safe house, furnished with basic supplies. He slams the door and activates locks I can't see. They'll find us, I gasp. Not quickly. He's already moving, pulling out weapons, supplies, medical gear. This room is shielded. Even wolves can't scent through the walls. Your guards. Marcus said they were poisoned. I know. I heard. His jaw tightens. I've been pretending to play along with Lydia's courtship while gathering evidence. But they moved faster than I expected. They're going to kill you at the Blood Moon ceremony. They're going to try. He finishes his preparations and finally looks at me. Really looks at me. You're silver. I don't understand what that means. It means everything. He crosses to me, and there's wonder in his expression. The silver line were the first alphas. The most powerful. They led the packs for generations until they were wiped out in a war 3 centuries ago. Or so we thought. My parents hid you. Protected you. Died to keep your secret. His hand touches my cheek. And I rejected you. I rejected a silver wolf. A queen. The rejection was to protect me. The rejection was the stupidest thing I've ever done. His voice breaks. I can't take it back, Sage. The bond is broken. But if I could. Theron. Let me finish. He takes a shaky breath. I thought I was being noble. Keeping you safe by pushing you away. But all I did was hurt you. Humiliate you. Leave you vulnerable to people who wanted you dead. You didn't know. I should have known. Should have trusted the bond. Should have trusted you. His forehead presses against mine. I love you. I've loved you since the moment I saw you across that ceremony hall. And I rejected you like you were nothing. The words hit like physical blows. You love me? Completely. Desperately. Stupidly. He laughs, broken and raw. I'm in love with my rejected mate. The mate I can never fully claim because I destroyed our bond. The mate who's a silver wolf queen and doesn't need a broken king anyway. You're not broken. I broke us. Then we'll fix it. I take his face in my hands. We'll find a way. After we survive the next 2 weeks. After we stop Cormac and Lydia. After we save your throne. Our throne, he corrects. Your royal line too. I don't want the throne. Neither did I. His smile is sharp. But here we are. Outside, I can hear shouting. Searching. They're hunting us through the castle. What do we do? I whisper. We fight. Theron's eyes blaze silver. At the blood moon ceremony, when Cormac challenges me, I'll accept. I'll fight him for the throne in front of the entire pack. He'll kill you. You've been pretending to be weak for 3 years. Everyone thinks I'm broken. Let them. He pulls me close. You and I know the truth. And in 2 weeks, so will everyone else. And Lydia? His expression darkens. Lydia is yours. Mine? She's Cormac's true mate. Which means at the blood moon, she can champion for him. He meets my eyes. And you can champion for me. Queen versus queen. Silver wolf versus whatever corruption she carries. The thought terrifies and exhilarates me. I just shifted for the first time tonight. I don't know how to fight as a wolf. Then I'll teach you. His voice carries absolute certainty. We have 2 weeks. It'll have to be enough. Footsteps thunder past our hiding place. Lydia's voice, sharp with rage, find them. They can't have gone far. We stand in darkness, pressed together, planning rebellion. Theron, I whisper. What if we fail? Then we die together. His arms tighten around me. But we won't fail. I've played Broken King for 3 years. I'm done pretending. I'm scared. Good. So am I. He tilts my chin up. But I'm more scared of losing you than I am of dying. And I think that makes us dangerous. He kisses me then. Desperate and claiming and full of everything we can't say. When we break apart, I see the truth in his eyes. This isn't just about the throne anymore. Isn't just about conspiracy and poison and bloodlines. This is about a broken bond and second chances and 2 people who refuse to let anyone else write their ending. 2 weeks, I say. 2 weeks, he agrees. Outside, the castle burns with searching wolves. Inside our hidden room, the rejected mate and the broken king plan a war. And somewhere in the darkness, my new silver wolf stirs with the hunger for justice. They killed my parents. Poisoned my king. Tried to bury what I am. In 2 weeks, they'll learn what happens when you awaken a sleeping queen. In 2 weeks, the blood moon rises. And we'll all find out who really deserves to rule. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting impactful daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 5. The blood moon rises red as murder over the Silverpine territory. I stand in the shadows of the ceremonial arena, my silver wolf pacing beneath my skin. 2 weeks of brutal training with Theron have transformed me. I'm faster now, stronger, more confident in this new body that's both foreign and perfectly mine. But I'm still terrified. You ready? Theron appears beside me, and even knowing what's coming, my breath catches. He's dressed in ceremonial armor, every inch the warrior king. But to everyone else, he's still broken. Still weak. Still about to lose everything. No, I answer honestly. But I'll do it anyway. His hand finds mine in the darkness. These stolen moments are all we have, hidden touches, whispered strategies, desperate kisses when no one's watching. The bond is still broken, still aching like a missing limb, but the connection between us burns brighter than ever. Remember the plan, he says quietly. No matter what happens. I invoke the ancient law. I know. I squeeze his fingers. Theron, if this doesn't work. It'll work. But I hear the uncertainty beneath his confidence. Because we're gambling everything on laws written 3 centuries ago. On a bloodline everyone thought extinct. On the hope that when I shift into my silver wolf form in front of the entire pack, they'll see a queen instead of a threat. They're ready for you, your majesty, a guard calls from the entrance. Theron's mask slides into place, the broken king, slumped and weak. He releases my hand and moves to his wheelchair. The transformation is so complete it breaks my heart. Win or lose, Sage, he whispers before they will him away, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Then he's gone, and I'm alone with my fear and my wolf and 2 weeks of training that might not be enough. The arena is packed. Every member of the Silverpine pack crowds the stone tiers, hundreds of wolves come to witness history. The Blood Moon ceremony only happens once every 7 years, when the full moon rises red and dominance challenges are binding. When kings can be unmade. I slip into the crowd, keeping my head down. No one notices me, too focused on the spectacle unfolding below. The royal council sits in the place of honor. Elder Rowan looks ancient and troubled. The other elders watch with varying expressions of anticipation, concern, and in some cases, satisfaction. They think they're about to see Theron fall. Prince Cormac stands at the center of the arena, magnificent in his own ceremonial armor. He looks every bit the perfect alpha, strong, confident, unmarred by injury or weakness. The crowd cheers as he raises his arms. Brothers and sisters of the Silverpine pack, his voice carries through the arena. We gather under the blood moon to address a crisis that has plagued us for 3 years. Our king, he gestures to where they're wheeling Theron in, is broken. Unable to shift. Unable to fight. Unable to lead. Murmurs of agreement ripple through the crowd. I take no pleasure in this, Cormac continues, his voice heavy with false regret. Theron is my brother. But the law is clear, an alpha who cannot shift cannot rule. And so, under the light of the blood moon, I formally challenge King Theron Blackthorn for the throne of Silverpine. The crowd erupts. Theron sits in his wheelchair at the edge of the arena, looking small and defeated. Elder Rowan stands to speak. King Theron, do you accept this challenge? The silence stretches. Everyone waits. Theron's voice, when it comes, is barely a whisper. I accept. More cheers. They're hungry for this. Hungry to see the broken king finally toppled. Then let the challenge begin, Elder Rowan starts. Wait. I step forward from the crowd. Every head turns. I walk down the stone steps, into the arena, my heart hammering so hard I'm surprised it doesn't burst from my chest. Whispers follow me like a wave. What is she doing? The rejected mate. Someone stop her. I invoke ancient law, I call out, my voice stronger than I feel. The law of royal blood right. Elder Rowan's face goes pale. Miss Blackwater, you have no standing. I have every standing. I reach the arena floor and face the council. I am Sage Blackwater, daughter of Marcus Blackwater and Elena Silvermoon. And I carry the blood of the original royal line. Shocked silence. Then chaos. Cormac laughs. Ridiculous. The royal silver line has been extinct for 300 years. Has it? I let my wolf surface. Feel the change beginning. The transformation is easier this time. Almost natural. Bones shifting, muscles reforming, fur erupting like liquid silver across my skin. When I stand on 4 legs, the entire arena gasps. Because I'm not just any wolf. I'm silver, pure and bright and impossible. A living embodiment of legends they thought were myth. Impossible, someone breathes. Elder Rowan stands frozen, her ancient eyes wide. The silver line. It's true. It's a trick, Cormac snarls. Some kind of. There's no trick that can create a silver wolf, Prince Cormac. Elder Rowan's voice shakes. Only bloodline. Only the original royal line carries that color. I shift back, standing naked in the arena until someone throws me a ceremonial robe. I wrap it around myself with trembling hands. Under the law of royal blood right, I continue, I have as much claim to the throne as any other alpha. And I invoke my right to name a champion to fight for my claim. You can't, Cormac starts. It's ancient law, Elder Rowan confirms, though she looks shaken. If she carries royal blood, she has the right. Then I name my champion. I turn and look directly at Theron. At the broken king in his wheelchair. I choose Theron Blackthorn to fight for my claim to the throne. The arena explodes with sound. She's insane. He can't even walk. This is suicide. Cormac's smile is vicious. So be it. I'll crush him for you, little silver wolf. Then I'll take the throne and you'll learn what happens to pretenders. There's one more thing, I say quietly. Then louder, so everyone can hear, I declare before the pack and the blood moon that Theron Blackthorn is my true mate. That our bond, though rejected, has never truly broken. That I claim him as mine and offer myself as his. The words hang in the air like lightning about to strike. Because what I've just done is absorb the political scandal. Made myself the scandal. If Theron fights now, he's not the broken king deceiving his pack, he's a mate protecting his true bond. It gives him cover. Gives him permission to fight at full strength without explaining 3 years of deception. And it destroys me in the process. You fool, Lydia's voice cuts through the chaos. She steps into the arena, magnificent and deadly. You've just signed your own death warrant. Maybe. I meet her eyes. But I've also given my mate permission to kill your lover. Her expression twists with rage. Elder Rowan raises her hands for silence. This is unprecedented. A silver wolf claiming a broken alpha as champion. A rejected mate declaring a bond. She looks between us, calculation in her ancient eyes. But the law is clear. If Sage Blackwater carries royal blood and has named her champion, Theron Blackthorn may fight in her name. If he can stand, Cormac sneers. Everyone looks at the wheelchair. At Theron, slumped and broken. At the king who hasn't walked in 3 years. He's very still. Then his fingers move, drumming that battle rhythm against the armrest. Tap tap, pause, tap tap tap. Sage gave me permission to fight for her, Theron says quietly. So I suppose I should stop pretending I can't. Then he stands. The arena goes silent as death. Theron rises from his wheelchair like a king rising from a throne. Steady. Strong. Every movement controlled and precise. He rolls his shoulders, stretches muscles that are supposed to be dead, and smiles at his brother. Surprise, he says. The explosion of sound is deafening. He can walk. 3 years. He's been lying. Elder Rowan's voice cuts through the chaos. Silence. When quiet finally descends, she looks at Theron with eyes that have seen centuries of pack politics. You've been healed this entire time? Not healed. Never broken. Theron's voice carries through the arena. I was poisoned with nightshade silver 3 years ago in an attack orchestrated by my own brother. The poison was meant to keep me paralyzed while Prince Cormac positioned himself to take the throne. Lies, Cormac spits. Are they? Theron gestures to the council. Check the medical records we submitted 2 weeks ago. The evidence of ongoing poisoning. The testimony of palace staff. The confession we extracted from Beta Marcus before he tried to flee. You have no proof. I have 10 years of proof. I step forward. Including evidence that Prince Cormac and Lady Lydia arranged the murder of my parents 20 years ago. Because they knew what I was. Knew I carried royal blood. Knew I was a threat to their plans. Lydia's mask finally cracks. You can't prove anything. Can't I? I meet her wolf gold eyes. Your scent was all over the medical supply room. Your fingerprints on the nightshade's silver bottles. You've been personally administering the poison to ensure Theron stayed weak. That's. And you're Cormac's true mate. Theron's voice cuts like a blade. Aren't you, Lydia? This whole courtship was theater. You were already bonded to my brother. Already planning to rule together after you eliminated me. The crowd erupts again. Lydia's face twists with rage and something else, fear. You can't prove that either. Your scents mingle, I say quietly. Anyone with decent senses can smell it. The mating bond between you. You've been covering it with perfumes and oils, but it's there. You're mates. Cormac's expression goes cold. None of this matters. The challenge stands. I'm going to tear you apart, brother. Then I'll kill your little silver wolf and take what's mine. You can try. Theron starts removing his ceremonial armor. Beneath it, he wears simple fighting leathers. But I haven't been sitting in that wheelchair idle, Cormac. I've been training. Preparing. Waiting for this moment. You're bluffing. 3 years of paralysis. I was never paralyzed. Just patient. Theron steps into the fighting circle at the center of the arena. Come on, little brother. Let's see if you fight as well as you plot. Cormac shifts. The transformation is brutal, bones cracking, muscles bulging, fur erupting black as midnight. He's massive in his wolf form, easily twice the size of any normal wolf. Theron shifts in response. And his wolf is magnificent. Silver gray like storm clouds, rippling with muscle and power. Not as large as Cormac but faster, leaner, built for strategy rather than brute force. They circle each other as the blood moon bathes everything in red light. Then they collide. The fight is vicious. Cormac fights like a berserker, all rage and power, trying to overwhelm through sheer force. Theron fights like a warrior, calculated strikes, defensive positioning, waiting for openings. Blood spatters the arena floor. The crowd screams. I watch, my heart in my throat, as the two brothers try to kill each other. Cormac gets his jaws around Theron's shoulder. Theron twists free, leaving fur and blood behind. Strikes back with claws that rake across Cormac's face. They break apart, circle, crash together again. It's brutal. Primal. Everything a dominance challenge should be. And Theron is winning. I see it in the way Cormac's movements grow desperate. The way his attacks become wild. He spent 3 years believing Theron was weak, and now he's facing a warrior who never stopped training. No. Lydia lunges at me. She shifts mid-leap, a rust-colored wolf with venom in her eyes. She's going to kill me while Theron is distracted. Going to eliminate the silver wolf who threatens everything. My own wolf surges up in response. We meet in a tangle of fur and fangs. Lydia is older, more experienced, trained in combat from birth. But I have something she doesn't, the power of the royal bloodline burning through my veins. We roll across the arena floor. Her teeth snap at my throat. I twist away, using techniques Theron taught me in our midnight sessions. Counter-strike. Defensive positioning. Wait for the opening. There. I catch her shoulder and pull. She yelps, blood flowing. Tries to break free. But my jaws are locked, and my silver wolf is furious. They killed my parents. Poisoned my mate. Tried to bury what I am. Now they'll pay. I throw Lydia across the arena. She hits stone and shifts back, blood streaming from a dozen wounds. Her eyes are wild with hatred. You're nothing, she spits. A orphan. A reject. You'll never be queen. I already am. I shift back and stand over her, letting her see the silver wolf in my eyes. Letting her understand what she tried to destroy. I'm the last of the royal line. Theron's true mate. And the queen of Silverpine whether you accept it or not. A roar echoes through the arena. I turn to see Theron standing over Cormac's broken body. His jaws are locked around his brother's throat, the killing position. One squeeze and it's over. The crowd goes silent. Cormac shifts back, blood bubbling from his mouth. Do it, he gasps. Kill me. Prove you're as broken as I am. Theron shifts back too. Still holding his brother's throat in one strong hand. I'm not broken, he says quietly. I never was. And that's the difference between us, Cormac. You spent 3 years believing your own lie. I spent 3 years preparing for the truth. He releases Cormac and stands. I claim victory under the blood moon. Prince Cormac's challenge is defeated. His conspiracy is exposed. And his life is forfeit. Wait, Elder Rowan stands. The law requires death for failed dominance challenges during blood moon. But given the circumstances, the poisoning, the conspiracy, perhaps exile would be more appropriate? Theron's jaw tightens. I can see him weighing it. Justice versus mercy. Exile, he finally says. For both of them. Lydia Silverfang and Cormac Blackthorn are banished from Silverpine territory. If they return, they die. Guards move forward to secure the defeated conspirators. Lydia is screaming curses. Cormac just laughs, broken and bitter. You won, he says as they drag him away. But you'll never keep it. The pack will never accept a broken king and his wolf-less mate. Enough. Elder Rowan's voice cracks like thunder. Bind their wounds and remove them from our territory. We have more important matters to address. She turns to face the crowd. To face me and Theron, standing bloodied and victorious in the center of the arena. This blood moon has revealed many truths, she says. Truths about conspiracy and poison. Truths about bloodlines we thought extinct. And truths about bonds we thought broken. She gestures to her fellow council members. They huddle, speaking in urgent whispers. The entire pack waits. Finally, she speaks again. We have consulted the ancient texts. And we have found something remarkable. She holds up a weathered book, its pages yellow with age. The records speak of the royal silver line and their unique bonding patterns. My heart starts racing. Silver wolves, Elder Rowan continues, can only bond with true alpha kings. The connection is not random, it's validation. Proof that both parties carry the strength to rule. She looks at me, at Theron, at the blood on the arena floor. Sage Blackwater and Theron Blackthorn's bond is not a political problem. It's proof of their legitimacy. The crowd erupts with sound. Elder Rowan raises her hand for silence. However, the bond was formally rejected. Which presents us with a choice. She addresses Theron directly. King Theron, you rejected your mate to protect her. To hide her from conspirators who would have used her against you. Now those conspirators are defeated. The question is, do you still claim that rejection? Or do you wish to ask your mate for forgiveness and the chance to bond properly? Every eye turns to Theron. He stands there, covered in blood and victory, the warrior king finally revealed. His eyes find mine across the arena. Then he kneels. The gesture is shocking. A king, kneeling before a rejected mate. Sage Blackwater, his voice carries through the sudden silence. I rejected you 3 years ago in this same arena. I told you that you were unworthy of even a broken king. I was wrong about everything. I can't breathe. You're not unworthy. I was. You're not broken. I was, broken by fear, by politics, by the belief that I could protect you by pushing you away. He bows his head. I love you. I've loved you since the moment I saw you. And I'm begging you, not as your king, but as your mate, please forgive me. Please let me accept the bond the moon goddess gave us. Please let me spend the rest of my life proving I deserve you. Tears streamed down my face. Theron. I'm giving you the power I once took away, he continues. The choice I denied you. You can reject me, and I'll accept it. You can walk away, and I'll honor that. Or you can let me be your mate, your partner, your king. Whatever you choose, I'll respect it. The arena is completely silent. I walk toward him, my heart so full it might burst. This man who pretended to be broken to catch traitors. Who trained me in secret. Who rejected me to keep me safe and is now kneeling to give me back my choice. I kneel in front of him. You're an idiot, I whisper. A brilliant, infuriating, self-sacrificing idiot. He laughs, broken and wet. Is that a yes? That's a yes. I take his face in my hands. I accept the bond, Theron Blackthorn. I accept you as my mate, my partner, my king. And I'll spend the rest of my life reminding you that we're stronger together than we ever were apart. The bond snaps into place. Not broken anymore. Not rejected. Whole. It's like lightning and sunshine combined, burning through every cell, every nerve, every piece of me that was empty before. I feel his wolf recognizing mine. Feel our souls tangling together in a way that can never be undone. Feel complete for the first time in my life. Theron kisses me there in the blood and dust and moonlight, and the entire pack erupts in cheers. When we finally break apart, Elder Rowan is smiling. By the power of the Royal Council and under the witness of the Blood Moon, I recognize the bond between King Theron Blackthorn and Queen Sage Blackwater. May they rule together. May they lead together. May they never forget that true strength comes not from standing alone, but from choosing the right person to stand beside. Theron rises and pulls me up with him. My queen, he murmurs against my ear. My king, I whisper back. Together, we face the pack. The broken king who was never broken and the silver wolf who was always a queen. The blood moon shines down on us, red as promises and bright as hope. And somewhere in the distance, I feel my parents' spirits finally at rest. Justice is served. The conspirators are defeated. And the mate bond burns between us, unbreakable and eternal. We have a kingdom to rebuild. Traitors to root out. Political alliances to forge. But right now, in this moment, we're just two people who found each other against impossible odds. Two people who learned that the strongest bonds are the ones forged in fire. Two people who chose love over politics, truth over deception, and each other over everything else. The crowd chants our names as we leave the arena together. King and queen. Mates. Finally, completely, perfectly whole. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like and share this video to continue listening to this type of story daily and also, to appreciate this community too. I would like to hear your wonderful opinion about this story. Please comment below.